Hey guys, it's Erin from Revisions Mentor here, and Jenny and I have come up with a really helpful, comprehensive list of items that you'll need on installation day. And if you have all of these items with you, it will eliminate a lot of headaches on the day that you move in. You can learn from the things that we have learned over the years and make sure that you're not wasting time doing trips back out to the job site after you finish the installation. This handy checklist will be available to you. If you click on the link below, we'll send it to you. And if you think you'd like to add anything to it, we are open to your feedback. So feel free to leave comments below and we will definitely include your advice in our checklist. So the first thing you want to do is create and use an inventory checklist. That kind of helps you just keep everything in one place. You know how many items you need for each room that you're staging. You know how many coffee tables, how many end tables, how many lamps, how many pieces of art, that sort of thing that you're going to need. Sometimes we've done that with a mental checklist, but a written checklist is obviously a lot more effective and you're not going to forget things and leave them out. Make sure that you have a signed contract in place and confirm with your realtor or homeowner. Make sure you have a key on the day that you move in. You don't want to arrive at a job site, especially if you're pressed for time. You don't want to get out there and realize that you can't get into the house. So confirm and confirm again with your builder or your movers, if you're hiring movers, with your homeowners and your realtors. The other thing you want to make sure that you have in place is make sure you have permission from the homeowner or the builder to hang things on the walls, because some people have pretty strong opinions about whether or not you're allowed to put nails in their walls. Most builders are understanding about staging and they're going to be repainting and patching prior to the move-in, but homeowners have different opinions, so definitely clear it with them. Most of the time they say it's fine. The next thing you want to do is check your inventory. Make sure that your hand towels are clean, and if they're not, go ahead and wash them and iron them, make them look really crisp and fresh, make them look brand new, because nobody wants to look at or touch used towels. We like to use our hardware that attaches the bed frames to our headboards. When we stage a bedroom, we like to put the hardware inside a plastic bag and then tape it to the bed frame. That makes things move a lot more quickly, a lot more smoothly on installation day. Make sure all your accessories are in good condition and make repairs if necessary. Super glue goes a long way. Things get banged up a lot in transit, so we always make sure that we check things over before we pack them up and put them on the truck. We like to cover our pillows and our cushions with plastic bags. That just means you don't have to be as paranoid about where you set them during transit. Things can get dirty, your hands get dirty, get sweaty, and the oils from your skin, and if you're using movers, sometimes these guys are handling dirty materials and you can get dirt on your upholstery. So we try to keep things covered as much as we can. Go through your lamps and take a look at your finials and your lampshades. Make sure that everything matches. If you're going to be using 2 lamps in one space, like 2 lamps on a sofa table or in an entryway, you want to make sure that all of those little pieces match. Even the wattage on your bulbs, make sure they're the same, because if you have like a high energy efficiency bulb in one and then a yellow or more yellow colored bulb in the other, it's gonna look weird in pictures. So these are the little details you want to iron out before you get to the job site. Make sure that you have your business cards and your marketing materials in place. We like to print postcard size marketing items and we'll put it into frames. So make sure you have those things with you. One little trick that we like to do is when we leave our business cards out, we leave an even number that we can remember, like 10 or 20 business cards. So when we go back to check on the job site later, or when we go to move our stuff out after the house sells, we know how many business cards were taken. And we have actually generated quite a bit of business from people who have picked up business cards during open houses and during home visits. The next thing you want to make sure that you have with you is some bottled water. We like to use Pellegrino in glass bottles because it's colorful and it's pretty and it conveys a little bit of luxury. We like to leave that in a tray on the kitchen counter along with our postcards and some business cards and a bowl of chocolates. So weather permitting, I know here it gets really hot in the summertime, so we have learned that carrying packages of Hershey Kisses in the summertime doesn't always go well for us. Sometimes we get to the job site and they're all smushed. So if it's appropriate for your particular client in your particular climate, and you can get it there without melting. It is nice to have chocolates out. We also like to bring our own protein bars and water bottles. Sometimes you go into these new builds and the water's not turned on yet, so you make sure you're aware of that situation before you use the toilet. Another thing you want to bring on installation day is your own roll of toilet paper, because you're going to be there for a while. Protein bars, so that you can stay fueled during the move-in. It takes a lot of energy. You need to kind of get through the day. We carry reusable grocery bags for a number of reasons. We carry items in using them, and then we pack up packing materials before we leave and throw them in those grocery bags to put them back on the truck when we're finished doing the installation. So those are super helpful. And the other thing that's really important is to wear really comfortable shoes and clothes. You know, when we do our home visits and we do our walkthroughs, we try to look professional, but on days that we are moving furniture, we're wearing yoga pants because it's a workout. So definitely wear clothes that are really comfortable so that you can get your job done and be comfortable and not miserable at the end of the day. So in terms of tools, things that you want to have in your toolkit, these are critical. We've learned these lessons over the years, and we want you to learn from our mistakes. So some of these are really obvious and some of them are less obvious. So the first item would be a hammer. You're going to need that to hang photos. You'll need tools for assembling bed frames, which includes adjustable wrenches, pliers, and screwdrivers. You'll want to have a stud finder if you're going to be hanging anything that's even a little bit heavy. You don't want to hang something on the wall and then it be too heavy and it fall and nobody's there to fix it. One, your inventory looks bad, it gets damaged, and two, it reflects poorly on you. It's kind of unprofessional if things are falling off the walls. Bring some super glue or Gorilla Glue, because things do get banged up, they do get damaged in terms of your own staging merchandise. Bring box cutters. A lot of times we're bringing things directly from the store and we're cutting tags off of things and we're cutting them out of boxes. We're pulling price tags off of stuff. So you want to have that. Bring a tape measure. It's always helpful, especially when you're doing your first site visits, to make sure that the furnishings that you're selecting are appropriate in terms of scale for the size of the space that you're using. Bring rubber bands or electrical tape to tie up electrical wires. It makes it look really tidy and neat when you have lamps. Tie up some of those cords so it's not all hanging down onto the floor. Bring some scissors and a sewing kit, an Allen wrench set. A lot of furnishings, you know, you buy it off of Wayfair, requires an Allen wrench to kind of tighten things up and keep everything sturdy. You don't know whether or not people are going to be sitting on your furniture during open houses, so you want to make sure everything is really sturdy so that one, nobody gets hurt, and two, that your stuff doesn't get damaged. You'll want to bring your nails and screws and hanging wire and anchors for heavier objects, so that you can hang your art professionally and make it look really good. Bring furniture blankets. This is just a really good way to protect the things that you have in transit. They're, you know, when you put things into the truck, they're going to get shifted around. We use tie downs to strap the larger items up against the walls in the moving truck, but you know, one hard turn and things are going to get banged into one another. So invest in some moving blankets. You can find those on the Facebook Marketplace. People are buying and selling them all the time. They're really helpful. Tupperware bins are really helpful as well, the really large ones. That kind of helps you keep all your accessories in one place. We'll have one for the kitchen accessories, and we have it labeled, one for the bathroom accessories, and they're labeled, so you can just get them in and off that, on and off that truck quickly and get your job done quickly. You're going to want to bring a steamer, a handheld steamer. You can pick them up for a couple of dollars at Target or, you know, online. They're really helpful when you have bed skirts that come straight out of the package, or even if they don't, you put your bed skirt up and you want to steam you iron the wrinkles out of it. You're going to want an extension cord to use that steamer, and sometimes you don't have outlets on every wall, so when you're putting lamps in, you know, having light sells homes, so you want to make sure that you have an opportunity to plug in the lamps that you bring, and sometimes extension cords are necessary. And then we use poster hanging putty. I call it sticky ticky tacky, and we don't use it on freshly painted walls or flat paint because it will damage the paint. So for new construction, we don't do this. But when we're staging a house that we know the paint is a little bit older, you can use the sticky ticky tacky on the back side of your art to hold it in place. So you use your level to make sure that it's straight, and then you put some of that tacky poster stuff on the back of it, and that way if someone slams a door, it's not going to make all of your art go cockeyed. So that's kind of a nice little pro tip. In terms of additional items that you will need on move-in day, bring various tapes, duct tape, masking tape. Sometimes we're moving things in boxes and we need to tape it up or it needs to be reinforced. Bring a furniture paint repair kit. You can get them off Amazon pretty inexpensively. That way if any of your wood furnishings get scratched up, you can patch it real quick and make it look good. You want everything to be like showroom ready when you're finished staging the house. Felt pads and furniture sliders are also super helpful, especially if you're moving without movers. A lot of times Jenny and I will skip bringing the movers and we'll move the furnishings ourselves. And if you get these sliders that slide underneath your heavier pieces, it kind of helps you move things around without damaging the floors. Bring some Sharpies, bring your bottled water, as I mentioned, bring your toilet paper. And then you're gonna wanna bring some cleaning supplies. Paper towels and trash bags so you can wipe things down, get the fingerprints off of your glass items or mirrors if you're hanging mirrors. Though our job is not to clean these houses, it reflects poorly on us if we're making something photograph ready or ready for showings. We like to go the extra mile and make things as clean and tidy as we possibly can without going overboard and like actually mopping. But we do like to wipe fingerprints off of things and wipe down mirrors or countertops if necessary. Bring a dust rag or microfiber cleaning cloth for the same reason. Goo Gone and rubbing alcohol are really helpful when you're, a lot of the times that we're buying accessories new, we kind of go straight from the store. We'll run to Home Goods or Kirkland's, grab all our accessories, and then run them into the house that we're staging. So you'll want to clean off the residue that's on the back of the materials using rubbing alcohol or Goo Gone. Bring some multi-purpose cleaners or wipes, again, just kind of for spot cleaning. Bring a broom and dustpan. You'd be surprised how much dirt you track into a house, even when you're being super careful. So we never leave home without that. WINDEX and a CLOROX pen. CLOROX pen's really helpful if you were to get scuffs on your furniture. Most of our furniture is white slip covers, so you know, things get really dirty, we take them home and wash them before the installation, but sometimes you can't avoid it and something gets a little scuff on it. So those CLOROX pens can be really helpful. Your scissors, your Sharpies, your paint pens. Bring some Band-Aids. If you smush your finger or you cut yourself and you get blood on your upholstery, you're not doing yourself any favors. So go ahead and throw some Band-Aids in there. And your phone charger so that you can stay in touch and you can take great pictures when you're finished installing and send them to your real estate agent, send them to your homeowner and your builder, and go ahead and start promoting their listing for them, because that's what they're hiring you for, to make things look spectacular. So please do us a favor and subscribe to our channel, hit like, add some comments below if you have questions or if you have other suggestions for us. We are more than open to your feedback. And if you'll click on the link below, we'll send you this comprehensive checklist in PDF form, and we'll send it directly to your email. Thanks for tuning in. Take care.